Hello, Thomas.
Hey, hello. Everything is okay with the audio?
Yeah, I can hear you properly fine.
Okay. Uh, we can begin, or somebody else will be joining?
Julia should be joining us any second now, I hope.
Okay. Hi, hello.
Yay! Here I am.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so we can begin. We had to wait 9 years for a new KONTRUST album. So how did it happen? Was it because of the pandemic?
Also, of course, Corona also played a huge role, of course, in every musician's life. But after releasing Explosive almost 10 years ago, we mainly focused on touring. We played live a lot all the way through Europe. And yeah, then Corona happened, and it took some time until we got our asses up to create a new studio album, which will be released now in November.
And between 2020 and 2022, we have like a black hole in your social media. So what was going on with the group then?
Well, as you probably know, we have new band members on board with Julia, the singer, new female voice, and Joey, drummer. And this happened during Corona times, 21, 22. So also on social media, we had to step down a little bit, and now we're all back in full.
So, Julia, how did you ended up in KONTRUST? Were there any auditions, or did you know each other before?
No, we didn't know each other before. Just yeah, they had an audition, and they looked for a new female vocalist, and I just recorded two short parts from most famous songs and sent to them, so they could see if my voice fit their style, their music. Yeah, and then we had a live meeting, of course, where everyone and everything just feels right, about it. And yeah, it's just prove itself every time working together on studio or rehearsals or live performance. It's just feel really comfortable.
And you are also a graphic artist. Will we find your work on the new album?
Thanks. No, not this time. But as you may see, I'm still in processing drawing caricatures for the band members. So two band members left. Looking forward to start it again.
And why did Agata say goodbye to the lineup?
Well, I guess that was mainly for private reasons, but she formulated, she wrote a statement for all the fans and followers. I think it was mainly her decision because of founding family and stuff. So she also just stepped down, and we still we still get along great. But yeah, this era ended.
We also have a change on the drums. So why did Roman quit as well?
I think it's pretty much the same reasons. He also founded a new family, and with kids and stuff, it's just not so easy anymore. But as I said, they left a statement. Of course, they were brokenhearted, but it was, I think, a rational decision in the end.
And how in turn did Joey join?
Joey once recorded at Mike's studio, and we just saw like a short clip from his recordings back then, and we realized that he really is a hard hitter, as our style demands. And actually, we also had a few other drummers auditioning for the job. And in the end, Joey made it, and it was the perfect choice, I guess.
And do you also keep in touch with Robert, because he also quit KONTRUST?
Yeah, that actually was quite a while ago. Robert's last concert was in 2011, I think. We're still in touch, but he's not in the band for quite a while, as I said. So it's like 12 years now.
And the first concerts with the new lineup were at Graspop and Hellfest, so we have two big festivals. What made you decide to throw yourself into the deep waters right away?
I think the
What for
question is
waiting?
mainly to you. Yeah.
Now, for me, it was first of all, it was first experience with a live performance with the new band as a new band member, and for me also it was the biggest rock festivals in my life yet. You know, so it's two huge new experience in one combined, which made me like, I don't know, I was nervous and excited, and of course how it will be like. I will not forget the lyrics, I hope. And I remember Ivan was a little bit sick before Graspop, I guess. I had very a lot pain in the throat, you know, and I was worrying about, oh, come on, it's my first, let's say, presentation in this band live in this such a huge festivals. I cannot just be sick. So I did everything possible and impossible to put myself together and heal as much as possible. So I did really good, and voice did good, and like it was so cool feeling on the stage with these guys in a band. It just feels right, you know.
And you didn't want to make a warm-up in a smaller club before Graspop and Hellfest?
It's not to me question.
No, I think also Julia and Joey should get used to that kind of events. It was huge fun, of course, and those were the first gigs that showed up on during that time period when Julia and Joey joined, and it was just perfect for everybody. Also, especially for the for getting along internally, for getting to know each other, for having like real big show with flights there and stuff. So I think they pretty much liked it, and we got along great together on tour. So we just knew this would work out.
Definitely.
And now you have so many festivals behind you and many concerts. So which concerts do you remember most? Which one was the most fun for you both?
The most memorable for me definitely was Przystanek Woodstock in Poland. It was just an amazing experience to play in front of a crowd like this. It was around 300,000 people, and we never had a big show like this before. I think it was just amazing for everybody, and we will never forget that moment.
And for Julia, which was the most fun?
As I mentioned before, for now, still leading these two festivals, Graspop and Hellfest. It was the biggest shows I ever played, and it was really amazing feeling. So I'm looking forward to more and more big festivals. Oh.
And KONTRUST has always combined a variety of genres and subgenres: rock, metal, folk, reggae. Manuel, did you have to teach the new members that there are no ideas too crazy for KONTRUST music?
Maybe not teach them, but get them used to it, definitely, yeah. Because in KONTRUST, we always, trying to experiment a lot. We're mixing and matching different elements, different styles. We're our style is just very colorful and bright. And for getting on board with this, it definitely needs some time to get into that mood, into that workflow, into that style. So yeah, in the end, it worked out well. We got along great, and we produced an awesome album.
And maybe there have been ideas in history of KONTRUST that some ideas were too crazy for the music. Were there times that you decided that it's better not to go down to this particular road?
There's nothing that's too crazy, you know, especially in the music world. You have to be crazy, otherwise it's boring.
Oh, yeah.
And when did work on the Mad World even begin?
I started creating the first ideas and writing the first drafts around maybe 2.5 years ago already. Actually, it was during Corona time. And that's also roughly the time period when Julia and Joey joined the band. So yeah, it took a while for everybody to catch up, to get into the flow. I needed to kick some asses there so that people get into the workflow and stuff. But in the end, it turned out really well. And yeah, we are satisfied with the result very much.
And the title of the album is self-explanatory, because we have the war in Ukraine, now the Israeli war with the Palestine. Is there any chance for us to escape from this madhouse?
Mad World, of course, not only refers to unnecessary wars as we witness them right now, unfortunately, but as you said before, it has been almost a decade since we produced the last studio album, Explosive, in 2014. And since then, we collected all our impressions and experiences that we had while during in politics, in internet, social media, fake news, whatever. All this crazy stuff. Just yeah, we try to let all those influences and impressions turn out on the album. Let's say they are all reflected there in a way, and the title, of course, is yeah, self-explanatory. When you witness the last decade, then it's almost a logical album title for us.
And Julia, how do you feel about performing live with KONTRUST when the war in Ukraine is still going, because we have many atrocities there, and on the live shows you need to have fun?
Yeah, sure, because when you're an artist on the stage, people in audience waiting from you, they're waiting great emotions, they're waiting the energy, they're waiting that positive vibes from you, that to recharge themselves, you know, to get this portion, to be able to maybe deal with some shit in life, you know, some struggles, and you must give it to them. Otherwise it's even not so matters how you feel yourself inside. You're artist, you're on a stage, you're in a position of giving, your position of giving all the good, all the great you have inside to the audience. That's how we can make world better together.
Yeah, the thing about Mad World also is, of course, it's not like everything is bad and everything is sad and whatever and depressing. It's much more about although the world kind of went crazy and completely mad, actually, you still have to keep, or especially now, still have to keep your humor, your fun. You still have to stay happy, stay in mood and stuff. And of course, there are also funny and crazy tracks on the album, as most people know it from us already from the past.
And in Polish language, yeah, you can.
Yeah, because only light can fight the darkness, you know.
Oh.
And in Polish, contrast is to show something using an opposite. So in the lyrics on your new album, you cover important topics, often dressing them in a crazy musical form. So do you want the fans to be entertained and at the same time think about certain things afterwards?
Definitely. People, I think, need to, if they really get into our music and if they study us a little bit, let's say, they will find messages in almost all of our tracks. Some are more important, some are more funny, just, you know, funny and crazy. But I think it's an interesting way to have music as a media to transport important messages, but still entertaining people at the same time. I think that's just a perfect way how the message actually gets received by the public.
And the new album was self-produced. What are the biggest advantages of such work?
I think the main advantage, of course, is that you're completely free and you know, you just can go crazy about what you're doing, what you're writing, how you approach things, with what kind of elements you work or don't want to work, for example. The downside, of course, is that this also requires a lot of self-discipline and sometimes, yeah, there are, of course, quarrels or fights, or at least people not being of the same opinion. So you need to be able to deal with this also.
And what are your thoughts about creating process, Julia? How did you recall the working with the band?
For me, it was, of course, definitely also new experience working with professional band, and I was more creative in the process of recording, let's say. So for me, it's really hard to create something from zero, from out of nothing, you know, like. So when guys already created some ideas, recorded like some sketches about it, vocal lines, possible lyrics, then my creativity also turned on, and I could suggest something, saying something in my own different way, which mainly worked out, but sometimes it's also normal when it doesn't work out. So okay, next one. So we'll try something else, something different. So yeah, it's it's brainstorming process for me but I really enjoyed every moment. Yeah.
And before the album, we have a music for a video for the end, and I Physically Like You. So let's start with the end, because it looks like it was made like an earliest episodes of South Park from cutouts. So how long was this video created, and are you satisfied with the result?
Yeah, very much. I think it was the perfect style actually for this topic, because the creator of the paper cuts, he just could go crazy about the ideas, about the message behind the end, about the lyrics of the song and the topic that song is about. And I think it took him around 3, maybe 4 months. I mean, I was in touch with him already last year, and we started to draft ideas together. Yeah, then over the next couple of months, we worked out the idea, and I think him actually then producing the video took him 3-4 months, roughly.
And after the music video for I Physically Like You, you invited fans to participate in a dance contest. So did you get a lot of videos?
Not a lot, unfortunately. Obviously, our fans are not the biggest dancers, but there were some, and it was actually real fun to watch them.
So what were the biggest surprises?
One person who shot the video did it in a very similar style. also, you know, with the neon light stuff, and he also had a lot of interesting, really cool looking background with masks and stuff. It really looked amazing. Yeah, it's a cool video to watch.
And Julia, your favorite video in this contest?
Yeah, I guess we're talking about the same. That
Yeah. I would need to look up the
fans
name
are very
now.
creative. Yeah.
And
It's a guy or girl?
It's a guy.
Manuel.
A guy.
Because there's he or she dressed up like in some character. Like
Yeah,
for me,
he
it looks
also
like
wore a
some
mask.
gothic
Yeah.
style, something, you know, like vampire style, and hard to say.
Yeah, but
who
it
is
looked
exactly?
But really cool. Yeah.
Looked really. That's the thing. You remember this? I don't remember other videos. I remember that one.
And on your new album, we will find a song called You Fucked It Up. To whom you address the lyrics? No one wants to answer.
I think everyone will find something for themselves, because everyone many time in their life was in these type kind of situations when you tell it or to someone else, or you tell it to yourself, like, yeah, dude, you fucked it up. And what we are really waiting from this song, that people will love it, and they will sing along with us on the big stadiums, like, because it's so close to everyone. Everyone will find himself there. That, I think.
And it was hard for me to finish listening to the new album because I looked on Criminal. So that song is brilliant. What can you tell me about it? How did you create this song?
I think Criminal was based on one of Mike's ideas, if I'm not completely mistaken now. What can we tell about it? It's mainly, the topic is also quite serious, although the message is again packed into a funny style, funny way. As you probably might notice, it's about corruption and yeah, people maybe not behaving like they should, and just working in their own pockets and to their own advantage. And yeah, I think it's a funny song.
It's for me, it's a smash hit. So why wasn't it released as a single?
I'm not sure if it's one of the best songs on the album, but there will be a third single before album release, and we will also release singles after the album release. So we will produce more videos also later. And I think there are many candidates for being a single on that album. For me, it was 7 songs that I would love to produce as a music video and single. So we had to make some kind of choice, which will actually be produced then in the end.
And Julia, if you had to choose one song to become a single, what would it be?
I'm not sure if I can pick one song only. No, I cannot pick one. Maybe. Yeah, first single should be one song, I know. I guess. Yeah, I guess, or Physically Like, or maybe Black Soul, maybe. I don't know.
Black Soul is probably the most metal song on this new album.
You think so?
I think, yeah.
Nice.
Could be, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, yeah.
And the album Time to Tango has finally appeared on streaming services. So why did fans have to wait so long for its release?
It's actually was re-released this year. The thing is that the distributor we had it distributed with until now went out of business last year, at the end of last year, and then we just needed a couple of months to prepare for the re-release again.
And the new album is almost out, so what are the plans for the band afterwards?
World domination.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we are about to have some nice shows next year. At the moment, bookings for next year are in the works, and for creating new music, we will see how long it will take this time. Hopefully not 9 years again. But as I said before, we will definitely release a few more music videos and a few more single outputs from the album first, and then work on new stuff again.
Are you planning a concert maybe in Poland? Because the last time I saw you, it was in 2012 in Koszalin.
Yeah, that's quite a while ago. 10 years, 11 years actually, yeah. There are, I think, no concrete plans for at the moment right now, but as I said before, bookings are in the making. We're currently working on the next season, and hopefully Poland will be on the...
Need to get to Woodstock.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now it's Poland Rock, and it's not far from my house, so yeah, that's...
Ah, really nice.
So, solved.
That's
so
a good plan.
There, I guess you're there every year then, in this case.
And this is all that I have prepared. So at the end, maybe Julia, try to explain the new listeners what is contrast music, how to characterize it. For someone who doesn't know this band, didn't hear the previous albums, how can you explain the contrast music to the new fans?
Try to imagine all colors in the world combined in one, all music styles combined in one, and the craziness which you get after listening to it. So that will be contrast, I think.
So it's a madhouse.
Completely.
Definitely.
Okay, so this is all that I have prepared, and you can say something to Polish fans, to our readers.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Polish fans, I hope you're still waiting patiently for us. We cannot wait to come back to Poland, hopefully soon again, as soon as possible, and see you there, rock the stage with you again.
Thank you guys for having us for this awesome interview, and don't forget to stay crazy, stay rock and roll, live in contrast and listen to contrast. So see you very soon, hopefully.
So again, thank you for your time, and have a good evening.
You too.
You too. Thank you so.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.